Yo, 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 yo. Earz to the streets back in y'all area. Let's give a couple of seconds, man, for you to join the chat. Shout out to Star for showing love in the chat. Shout out to him and McFly. Dang, y'all, I was about to stutter. Hey, man, y'all don't laugh at me for stuttering, man. I'm sensitive about my speech. So if I stutter a little bit, y'all don't, y'all don't pick on me, man. Y'all don't pick on me. You might end up working for me later. Don't pick on me now. Sensitive about my stutter. We need the national stutters. We don't be picking on me. Shout out to the chat. Shout out 421 TV. Shout out to Terrain. Shout out for 40 the Splatter. Jimmy McFly. Shout out to Star. Hey man, we stutters, man. We need a little. We need more grace. What up, K Dot? Salute, Cool Eagle. Man, I'm not gonna hold y'all up too much, man. We gonna get straight. We gonna get it. We gonna get straight to the content. Hey man, I mean, goddamn, let me shut up, man, before I get beat up, man. I don't want to get beat up, man. I don't want to get beat up. We know how these NBA players is about they speech, because stuttering don't mean nothing unless you a superstar, unless you #1 draft pick, man. Bro, on some real shit though, man. We're starting to learn that a lot of these NBA players, these millionaires, these players, man, these guys are sensitive, man. I mean, damn, bro. Like, the sensitivity just gotta stop, man. This shit don't make no damn sense. Now, we on what, day 3 of going on with this situation, man. You got a man that's trying to chastise another man, trying to get a man fired pretty much because of something he did 3 years ago. And it's not like it's something immoral or something like that. People get picked on all the time. There's an NBA player right now to this day that picks on my speech. They say I can't say words and all that stuff like that. But I guess if he was an NBA player, everybody would have some sympathy, right? If I was picking on him. I've seen a lot of guys that got picked on Gilbert Arenas. But there's only one guy that's just so sensitive. He's so motherfucking tough. He gonna beat up everybody and don't never disrespect me. Man, I'm getting a lot of Kwame Brown energy out of this nigga here, man. Now, at first, I was being very understanding, like, okay, bro, But the more and more this shit go on, bro, it's starting to just look weak. I'm just being honest, man. I'm just being honest, like, you got dudes on YouTube trying to censor everybody's speech. And that ain't even the American way, man. So we're going to get into it, man. We got Kenyon Martin. He decided that he wants to check Gilbert Arenas now. You know what I mean? Like, this is weird, bro. So let's hear what Kenyon had to say about the situation. But before we do that, I was watching these guys on Speakeasy. And these guys on Speakeasy, this is a podcast show that Ancho, TJ Husmanzada, and, you know, some guys that didn't play in the NFL or whatever, you know, and I'm pretty sure they're producers. There's the guys that, you know, do all the behind the scenes work, the guys that help the show go forward. Because what we know is these athletes, they're not the ones that are keeping this show or keeping these shows going. They spent their life playing sports and all that. They're good in front of the camera. They're well educated, well, you know, good talking people or whatever. And some of them can't talk. It's just the fact that they were good athletes. So now they're held as the talent. But from what we can see is these guys they got these sensitive ass egos, man. And they want to bully the whole world into feeling their emotions. But they'll be the first ones get up and say, oh, no, men's supposed to have logic. Men don't react off emotions and all that. I'm tired of these fools telling us what men are, but they can't act like men when it comes down to it. That's the weak shit that's going on right now. We always have to have all these handicaps and all this shit for these sensitive ass athletes. Damn, bruh. Take y'all check and motherfucking goddamn man up. Stop making everybody be uncomfortable around you because a man got a regular job and this man just trying to feed his family, but he got to worry about how sensitive you are because you stuttered 20 years ago. So let's get into the content, man. We're going to start with a couple of reactions, but the first reaction we're going to start with is the Speak Easy reaction. And, you know, because the reason I want to start with this is because Ancho, he's about the only one that seems like he has sense that was an athlete. You know, some of these athletes, like, I don't even know what the fuck they be talking about. But Ancho, he's the only one that seems to comprehend things. So let me do a quick reaction to this. Fair use, fair use. This is for education and commentary purposes. Please speak easy. Y'all don't flag me, man. I'm just agreeing with y'all. So let's start here, man. We got a guy here that I don't think he played professional sports, but he does seem, you know, like he has an educated background. Just like, you know, or he has experience with behind the computer. You always need somebody to kind of, you know, guide the show. The person that a lot of people can, you know, relate to, because everybody's not an athlete. Everybody wasn't built with the body to take all the bruises and jump and all that stuff, and just like all the athletes weren't meant to think. So let's check this out, y'all.
We talked about it in length, but today new details have emerged as Gilbert Arenas came out and had a statement about the stuff, the kerfuffle.
Add context in case y'all just tuning in. What we showed yesterday was some drama in the world of sports.
Yes.
Well, it's not really in the world of sports. It's in the world of sports reaction. Because Gilbert Arenas has went through the initiative of starting a sports channel where he can speak sports and hopefully have a couple of other athletes up there where they can give their opinion about sports. But then it goes beyond sports. It goes beyond trying to shame the normal man that's trying to feed his family because your feelings hurt.
There was Kenyon Martin on Gilbert Arenas' podcast. He calls out a producer and airs out all the laundry live during the show. Brings a producer on camera. Kieran, if you can't find the video, We'll add the context. Right here, He brings a producer on camera. Here's the video. Just watch this piece of it. Watch this piece of it.
He brings a producer out.
Go ahead, bro.
One too.
Can
you explain this video to me?
So the producer in the
and a man shouldn't have to come on stage to explain the video to you. That's just like, what? Nigga, this ain't even your show.
Red had a video making fun of Kenyon Martin's stuttering problem.
No, we didn't talk about shit.
Yeah, we did speak about it.
No, you...
The man said we spoke about this. I showed you the video. I sent you the video. Oh, we didn't talk about shit. Like, nigga just trying to be rude, trying to be an asshole, all of that stuff.
I have to apologize. So...
There's a lot of people speaking on Kenyon's ego. Because we're going to go look at the chat and all that from a lot of these videos, man. A lot of people are speaking up because, I mean, come on, bruh. You want to come off as this big, tough, beat down man or whatever. Like, come on, bruh.
Producer called him Stutter Man in the video. Kenyon Martin took issue with it. Ended up, calling him out publicly on the show. Said, I don't want your apology. I don't even want to see you in my face. This is a lesson to be learned because I invited this man into my home, met my kids. All of these things kind of result.
All of these things that really don't fucking matter. Because before you invited that man to your home, you should have did a background check on him anyway. If you bringing them around your kids and your wife and all that. So, being that he was on the set, you felt like the man was doing his job. You should have just did your due diligence.
In a very awkward moment on the show. Now today, Gilbert Arenas ends up talking and adding context to the situation, and I'll let you guys listen to what he had to say about this situation.
Goes in it where, the video itself, where the guy was saying it, he wasn't actually working with us yet with Gilbert Arenas. He was reading comments, and so this was a few years ago. So he was reading.
This is recent.
It wasn't recent. It was pushed to Kenyon like it actually was.
So the whole world was thinking that this shit happened recently. They was thinking that, hey man, if you invite somebody in your house, and even I would say that you invite somebody in your house, then you find out that somebody's talking, a little greasy. I mean, not nothing too major, but somebody had a little opinion about you or whatever, you should feel some type of way. I agree if a person did that after they came to your house. But if a person don't even know you, they're a content creator. We all as content creators give our opinion. Our opinion. And he was defending Gil.
Recent,
okay.
But it was.
So that's the first part of it all.
Okay.
The video was pushed to Kenyon Martin allegedly, as if it was recent.
So many issues.
As if this producer was talking behind his back, and now it's been revealed by Gilbert Arenas that this is something that happened 3 years ago, and Kenyon Martin's people pushed it to him as if this happened maybe a month ago or so.
And it wasn't nobody that pushed it to him but a weak ass Kwame Brown, somebody that's so jealous of Gilbert Arenas because of his success. A person that Gilbert Arenas tried to bring on to this idea, but he was so much of a coochie where he was in his feelings. Oh, he says this, he said this about me or whatever. Nigga, like, whatever. Nigga, you done said all kind of stuff. Get over it. Sticks and stones will break your bones, but words won't hurt you unless you're Kenyon Martin or unless you're Kwame Brown.
So after he had already let him into his home, met his family and whatnot. So what's you guys' reaction to these new details?
I got so many issues, T. I can't wait to hear what you got to say, but let me get it first. All right, look, Prize Pick.
So let's get past the, the promotion stuff. Shout out to them for, the sponsorship and everything.
And to me, the reason it's on Gil is because now Gilbert Arenas is Prize Picks. It's good to be right. Now Gilbert Arenas is culpable. Now it's on Gil. And to me, the reason it's on Gil is because Gil, you knew this was an old video. Kmart did not. But Gil, you knew this was an old video.
And yes, Gil knew it was, well, I don't think Gil knew it was an old video when this stuff was being said. And that's why Kmart should have been man enough, respectful enough. And I'm not saying Kmart is not a man. I'm just saying, like, this would have been a man move, of a respectable man move to say, hey, Gil, I want to pull you to the side and talk to you because you are the boss. You are the guy that hired this guy. So I'm going to hold you accountable. I just got a video, and this video is of the guy that you hired and you knew had said this about me. So can you explain to me, why would you hire a guy that would have something like this to say, knowing that we have to work together and knowing that it would probably get back to me? And let Gil tell you, hey, let me look into that. Gil looks into it, say, hey, it was an old video. That doesn't justify it. But you know what? What do you want to do to go about this? Do you want me to fire the guy? No, I want to confront him. I want to confront him in front of everybody just like he did that in front of everybody. Okay, let's set up a time where, hell, this man can come up here and you can tell him how you feel in front of everybody so you can feel better. And they could have did that. You don't have to interrupt the show to do that. Because we're here to talk about sports, not about your feelings.
You sitting there, you could have settled all of this. You could have squashed all of this. You could have eliminated all of this. Because who works for you? Both Kmart, to my knowledge, and the producer.
Exactly. Exactly. So when you look at this from the outside in, from people who have critical thinking and all that, everybody's looking at this as like, man, this is an oversensitive situation by a guy that shouldn't be this sensitive.
And not necessarily works for you. I don't know if you're cutting their checks or if Underdog is cutting their checks, but either way.
And cut the bullshit, the Kitchen Closed podcast. Talking about then I wouldn't have no content to talk about. There's a whole bunch of things to talk about, but this is hot right now. So y'all need to cut the bullshit. Maybe you wouldn't have nothing to talk about, but Earz always got something to talk about. Y'all complain about everything we talk about.
Way you have probably hiring and firing power. As the show is named after you, it is Gil's Arena. Not Kmart's Arena, not Producer Arena. It's Gil's Arena. So Gil, if you knew this was an old video, and if you knew Kmart is getting mad at something that occurred long before the producer and Kmart ever worked together, Gil, now's the moment to speak up and be like, hey, chill, Kmart. Dude said this 3 years ago. Oh, you're right, that's on me. Because you want to know who Kmart would respect? Gilbert Arenas.
Exactly. Because, of course, there's this basketball alumni or this professional athlete alumni where they want to show respect to each other, but they don't want to show respect to the common man. They don't want to show respect to the common man. Do you ever hear a phrase of, I show respect to the janitor as much as I show respect to the president? But we done got it to this point where, hey, if I was an athlete, if I made millions of dollars, then I can show less respect to a man that's just, a worker than I can show to my colleague or somebody that was in the locker room with me. And that's the bullshit that, a lot of people ain't feeling.
You want to know Kmart won't respect? The producer. So the person who could have talked Kmart down in that moment is Gil. So what you're telling me is, T, Gil knew this whole time that Kmart is getting mad today about something that happened 3 years ago. And Gil, you could have squashed all this. To me now, I'm holding Gil a little more responsible because, come on, G, there's no reason to watch Kmart emotionally violate this other man when you could have squashed this beef the entirety of the time.
Exactly. Tell him, Ancho.
Was just no reason for it. So to me, I'm now looking at Gil kind of funny. I'm now looking at Gil sideways, T.
You know what?
Yeah, they just look at every man. They're looking at people who have normal jobs like they're less than. Like we don't keep the world going. They want you to look up to them. Yes, we admire your high jumping skills. We admire that you learned how to shoot a basketball. We admire that you made it out of the hood. But we don't have to sit here and hold our tongue because y'all supposed to be looked at as gods.
I hadn't even, when I'm listening, because I saw the Kmart thing yesterday. I watched the entirety of the video.
And if people don't know who this is TJ Hushmanzada. He had a good little stint playing for Cincinnati Bengals. He's an NFL player. And in my opinion, he has kind of an ego issue too. Just in my opinion. I hope I don't get beat up about my opinion.
Video. And when I see this, I'm like, wow. Kmart probably didn't realize that it was an old video. Now we're going to assume that Gilbert Arenas knew when Kmart did that it was an old video.
Gil knew.
Because maybe this has just come to him also.
Are we sure
that
Gil
it was?
knew?
We don't know.
Based on the context of what Gil's saying, Gil's like, the video itself, the dude said it was old. He knew it was old.
But the thing is, he could have found out it was older after they shot.
After.
Now that's critical thinking. Y'all see how the normal people can think critically? He might have not have known when he said it.
Like whatever you
now
talk to.
that's
So I'm
possible.
not here to throw Gil under the bus
We
just
don't,
yet.
and I'm cool with Kmart. That's my dog. I'm cool with Gil. That's my dog. We cool.
It's all about to go along, get along. I'm cool with this person. I'm cool with that person. Hey man, I don't want no smoke, man. So let me get at the producer. I don't know him. I can't understand his standpoint.
And Kmart, like the way he handled himself, that was different. Real calm. I guess you get older, you get a little calmer. But when everything that he did, I agree with. Like,
Really?
Kmart?
Hold on.
Hell yeah.
Hold on.
I done had you in my house. I done
Hold
invited you
on,
over
T.
for
Don't do this to me,
Thanksgiving.
T. Not
You
yet,
ain't got
T.
nowhere to go.
Not yet,
and
T.
you talking about
And then they go with that, oh, you ain't have nowhere to go. I gave you this, I gave you that. Man, this that bullshit, man. I gave you this, I did this for you and this and that. The man did not know the man at the end of the day. And he didn't disrespect him. Yes, he said some shit that he shouldn't have said. We all say shit that we shouldn't say. But hell, we supposed to hold back our opinions because y'all niggas too sensitive?
me? Now,
TJ Houshmandzadeh.
what?
No.
What?
I agree with you,
T,
TJ.
here's
What?
Here's why me and you about to fight. T.
We would have fought if I was Kmart and
Here's
Buddy.
why me and T about to fight in our Lululemon.
Yeah, both of us.
Because T, here's my thing, bro. Kmart wanted to make the producer feel as hurt as he felt. If you really wanted to address the producer, you can address the producer off camera. He wanted to emasculate the producer. He didn't want to teach the
But
world
did you
a
hear
lesson.
what? Did you?
Everybody can see that. That man that wasn't trying to emasculate Kenyon. He was just saying, why would he be the leader of the show and he could barely talk right? That's Stutter Man. It's a joke. Comedians joke all the time on athletes. They joke all the time on politicians. Man, come on, bro.
You hear what he said?
Talk to me.
You said this publicly, so now I'm gonna say my part publicly.
Sure.
What's said publicly on your platform? Don't come to work with that bullshit.
So when I can relate to him because when I was in Cincinnati, obviously I was young, had no money. Then when I became an older guy and had money, all the young dudes, and anybody that's watched, they can attest to this. I used to always invite them to my house.
Check.
I used to let dudes stay in my house in the off season, and I was out here.
Yeah.
Don't smoke. Don't bring nobody in my bedroom and do whatever.
Yep.
Smash them in the basement. That's what I used to tell them. That's what I tell them. Thanksgiving, invited to my house. My wife cooked, but you come to my house, you been around my kids, and then you gonna talk about me?
No, that ain't how it happened, though, sir. See, if you're going to give an example, at least give it the same way it happened. You just heard the whole full story. You're not going to do your research on it, but you're going to just sit there and say, well, after I done invited you to my house, I done let you smash girls in my basement and all of that. No. But if somebody said something before they did that, and then they come and tell you, hey, man, I ain't going to lie, bro. Before I met you, I poked a little joke at you or whatever. Now that I see that you're here, now that you done came on the platform and you done told how sensitive you are to that, hey, man, you know what? I was being insensitive. I did something stupid. I apologize. I apologize. I apologize. But if you go to the problem, I mean, if your reaction is, hey, man, I don't care what you said, man. I don't care about that or whatever. But then 2 years later, you care about it all of a sudden. Because your ego done got in the way, because somebody sent you a video that nobody else saw. This ain't a video that was already going viral. Kenyon made it go viral.
So that's what Kmart thought.
Okay.
So I agree with that. Now that you see the video is old, it doesn't absolve the producer of just being an asshole.
It doesn't. I agree with that now. It doesn't absolve the producer for being an asshole. Nobody's saying that you got to accept the producer for being an asshole. But an apology is an apology, and now you want the man to lose his job? Can you go back there and edit?
Because like Kenyon Martin
But here's
said,
the
he
thing.
can't control that.
But here's the thing. Here's what we know, and you might have to let more of it run here. And what we know is this. Gil said the producer addressed Kmart once the producer got hired. So producer was clowning Kmart previously before Kmart was ever officially on the show. Somebody was attacking Gil because Kmart was a guest on the show. Somebody was attacking Gil saying it needs to be Kmart show. And the producer was like, bruh, Kmart got a stuttering problem. What you mean it needs to be Kmart show? It's just Mr. Stutter Man? Like, what you mean? Like, the producer was coming to the defense of Gil. Now,
Ancho is the only person that I've seen that actually seemed like he's been paying attention. that he actually going off of the details, taking his feelings out the situation and keeping it professional. Because he has employees too, and I'm pretty sure he wouldn't come on here and try to emasculate an employee.
Oh, when Kmart gets hired, Gil's words, not mine. We'll play the clip. When Kmart gets hired, the producer says, "Hey, Kmart, I said this. Here's the clip. I'm sorry." That happened before Kmart ever and the producer ever worked together. So now you want to rehash it and publicly embarrass them. I'm going to tell a story. I'm not going to tell the person's name because I want no time, no drama. Skip Bayless was working with an individual. The individual gets hired to work with Skip Bayless, and the individual had been killing Skip Bayless previously. But once the individual gets hired to work with Skip Bayless, individual and Skip sit down and have a one-on-one. They have a one-on-one. Hey, I said some things about you in the past. You're going to see these things. Apologize for them. Hey, let bygones be bygones. Skip's like, oh, it's a job. Part of the job, say less. We continue to work together.
Y'all see how these white people will treat you better than niggas will? Your own people. As much shit that people say about Skip Bayless, y'all see how he can handle it? This is a great example that Ancho is giving.
With that being said, producer did the same thing. Hey, bruh, I said this about you before you were hired. You're now hired. It's love. Let bygones be bygones. Keep it pushing, T.
If that is how it happened, I do somewhat agree with you. I do.
And that's exactly how it happened.
Because he didn't know Kenyon Martin. But still, what Kenyon Martin do to you for you to feel like you just got to bash him like that? And you know, because Kenyon Martin is a public figure, that's coming out.
Yep.
You know that's going to come out.
You don't know that's going to come out because we're small YouTubers. Most of the time, y'all ain't going to hear shit we say because y'all don't want to hear shit that the normal people say. People say shit all the time. If somebody said, hey, man, Kenyon Martin, he didn't live up to, his number one pick. He was good, but he wasn't great or whatever. That's just somebody's opinion. You mad about that too?
And the dude that released that, he the sucker for real.
Yeah.
Or whoever.
Yeah.
Man, woman, male, whoever it is that released that. Why?
Yeah, the dude that released that is a sucker. Now, when you find out that it's Kwame Brown, are you going to keep that same energy, TJ? Kwame Brown, are you going to talk shit about TJ? Because he said you're a sucker. Will Kwame Brown get sensitive about TJ Houshmandzadeh saying that he a sucker? Because a lot of people feel like that. Whoever tried to motherfucking drop that video to try to, make this whole thing a big thing, you're a sucker. Kwame Brown, that's what TJ says. You're a sucker.
Messy. Why?
Yeah, Kieran, can you
Yeah, you're messy. Crab in the bucket.
run some more of the clip for some more context?
I'll play the rest of it though for some more context. I'll let it keep going.
Thank you.
It wasn't a recent thing. He wasn't on the staff, and I guess he was like defending me in a sense, and he was reading comments and going off the comments, and then he said that about Kenyon.
Okay.
And then after the fact, he met Kenyon when he came and started working for the company and stuff like that, and him and Kenyon became good. So, the people who held on to it,
The people who held on to it, Carsino and Kwame, they held on to it. They're so jealous of the success that Gil has had, and that Gil done, poked fun at Kwame a couple of times, oak downstairs. Now you got these same guys just trying to sabotage Gil. I guess they trying to get their lick back for what Gil did with Kwame and me. Gil planted a seed in Kwame's head. I told Gil that I understand what he meant when he was explaining his situation, and Kwame got in his damn feelings just like Kenyon Martin got in his damn feelings. These ex-athletes that are too fucking sensitive.
then we're gonna do this, we're gonna get it to Kenyon.
Yeah.
And then I guess since it came to light, like, oh, we have the video, and then that's when he tried to.
Yeah.
To me, two people are guilty. Gil is guilty, and whoever retained the video is guilty.
I can't say Gil is guilty yet, bro.
Listen to it, kid. You're not listening.
No, Gil did not say that he knew that about this video before. He could have learned that this he could have learned the details of the entire situation after that Kmart situation already went on.
Okay.
So,
I'm glad these athletes aren't so sensitive that a person that's not an athlete, that's not a big old name, that they can actually tell their opinion. They can actually disagree with them. This is the way it should be. Respect every man's opinion.
So I'm not here to throw Gil's name in there. The person that's the most guilty is whoever was like, we're going to get it to Kenyon, because it was almost trying to stir up the drama and then presenting it as if it was a video that happened after he had met him or all of these other things. It was
Yeah, Kwame. Yeah, that's the person that has the guilt. That's the person that's a hater. That's the person that's lame. That's the crab in the bucket. Everybody can see that. Except for the dudes with the egos.
a video that happened years before he'd ever met Kenyon, before he'd ever done any of that. TJ, what was
could it also be that Gil was under the assumption that it was squashed because producer went to Kmart? He could have been under. Okay, he knows the video is out. The video is out. Could he be under the assumption that the producer, and maybe Gil?
Yes, he could be under the assumption because Gil, the one that told Suge, hey, you need to go holler at Kenyon, man. You're going to be working with Kenyon now. You might need to go ahead and let him know that. And that's what Suge went and did. Now, if you blow it off, if you say, hey, it ain't no big deal, and you let it go, that's your fault. But, you know, some people don't want to take accountability.
Said to the producer, hey, you might want to go talk to Kmart about this now that we working together.
Yep.
So now he probably told the producer to go talk to Kmart. Okay, I apologize to him because the producer assumed, hey, that's what I apologize for. Nah, I ain't want to. It could be one of those things.
Here's why this is so personal to me. First off, round of applause for Social Trade. Social
Trade, Easy E back in the building.
What's happening? Social Trade, you read the chat every day. Every day. How many times, or is it safe to say that during the show, people comment and say, Acho need to be off the show, it need to be Shady only, TJ only?
Yeah.
Safe to say that's true.
Well, more so in the comments, but yes.
That's my point. In the comments, great. So if somebody were to say that in the comments, and you were to say, man, TJ, whatever, TJ got a stuttering problem. Like, how you gonna say Acho need to be off the show? TJ got a stuttering problem. If you were to say that in defense of me, right, and TJ were to hear about that, I'm not going to let TJ check you without stopping T and be like, hey, G, relax, bro. Like, It was just that, because Social Trade was defending me.
That's real. See, I guess we can't expect everybody to be real. We supposed to give a pass to these people that are emotionally weak.
Just said. The dude was in the comments, and he was defending me. So at the point in which Social Trade is defending me, I'm not going to let you attack Trey for defending me. Yeah. That's why.
And that's why I think Gil came out and said what he said. Like, okay, I ain't trying to diss Kenyon. I ain't trying to diss Suge. But, yeah, I didn't know about this situation, but I didn't know Kenyon was about to address it. Because if I'd have known he was going to address it, I would have probably, gone ahead and gave him the heads up. Hey, this is old. If Kenyon would have said, I don't care that it's old, I want to address him publicly. Okay, we'll cut out a segment where you can do that. But don't interrupt the show with the shit. We got a professional business here. Maybe Gil could have said, man, you know what? I'm trying to create a show where all people can enjoy it. I don't want to see have a whole bunch of white people see and a whole bunch of other people see that, we got black men up here trying to emasculate other black men. Let's see if there's something we can work out. Because there's a bigger picture here. It's not all about you, sir. You work for me also.
Kieran, I'm saying Gil is guilty.
And we definitely don't want a hostile work environment. Right now, you're going to create a hostile work environment. I'm not saying you can't address the man publicly, but at the same time, I don't want a hostile work environment. I don't want people having to feel like they got to choose sides in our work environment.
Because if the producer was defending Gil, you finna sit here and watch your mans completely emasculate cuz when Gil, you're the only person who can end it? Like, Gil, you're the one who can say, hey, one, this is my show. Two, hey, Kmart, chill. Producer can't do that. So to me, at the point in which producer was defending Gil, you can't let the producer go down for defending
when you watch the show.
But to say that means that we have to believe that Gil knew ahead of time and
About
chose
it.
not to say.
Yes.
I don't know
Yeah.
that I'm gonna put that on Gil.
I can't
That's
put that on
see
Gil.
We
Gil-
said that before you walked in.
From what I've seen, just and I don't know Gil personally, but from what I've seen on the show, things I've heard, whatever. He's not going to just sit there
I
and
think he
let
was letting that slide
let
and go
Kmart
about
get
it.
his shit off on the producer like that if he knew ahead of time.
Bet.
If he knew
But
this
I don't
amount
know.
of information.
I feel it. I feel it.
Because Kmart is his man too, so maybe he like, I'm gonna check him behind closed doors instead of embarrassing him and cutting off his rant and letting him not express himself. So I don't know. It's
Yeah, I don't blame Gil for it. I blame whoever was the we're gonna get it to Kenyon, knowing the context and then presenting it as if that wasn't the context of it. Presenting and even you could tell Kenyon was hurt by it. So he's saying like, bro, this dude was talking trash to me, and I invited you in my crib and all these. Bro, if the producer really came up to Kenyon,
So we about to get into Kenyon pretty much addressing Gil and just pretty much doubling down. Like, I don't give a damn what y'all think. I was in my feelings. But as you can see, the world is not feeling the same way Kenyon is feeling, and he might not give a shit. That's cool.
and it could be Kenyon could be culpable though too, because the producer could have came up and said like, "Yo, this was years before I met you and
sounds like
whatnot."
he did. That's what
then-
that's what
then-
they
then-
Bingo.
He didn't care.
Kieran, the producer said in real time, bro, we talked about this. I said I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He said I want your sorry. Whoa. See,
I think the timing of it happening though is what makes it okay or not.
He didn't
If I
realize
said
the
some
gravity.
crazy stuff about TJ
Yep.
before meeting TJ,
Yep.
then I could have gone up to TJ before, like, yo, before I ever met you, bro, I said this and this and this about you, yada yada yada. I don't know if he would have been accepting of that or whatever it was, but it's different if after I know TJ,
Correct.
and then what I said,
Completely
what I said.
And if you do that, you go to a man and you say, hey, I said this about you, and you say, hey, man, I don't even care, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't worrying about that. You sure? Oh, man, I apologize or whatever. We can move on. But if you're going to be so sensitive about it, listen to what the man said when he said, hey, I need to apologize about something. If you want to smack the shit out of the man and do all that, you want him fired and all that, do that then. Don't wait for 2 years down the line.
Said was
Completely
after
different.
I met him.
Correct.
If I made that video after I met TJ, now I'm being fake.
correct, but Cuz never did that. That's what kills me.
Yeah.
Producer never slighted Kmart after meeting Kmart. But Kmart emasculated the producer as though the producer
he
did this
did.
after being in his home, after meeting his wife, after meeting his kids.
And he let that be the reason. He acted like this just happened. Don't want to, you could have easily made sure that it was very transparent. Hey, I know you did this before, but bruh, it's still equally as bad.
That's why I was like, Kmart was tripping, and Kmart owes the producer an apology if we being real.
Publicly.
And I'll say that, like, Kenyon Martin owes the producer an apology because Kenyon Martin wanted to make the producer feel as hurt as Kenyon Martin felt, and the producer committed a crime against Kenyon Martin before the producer was close to Kenyon Martin.
And that's what females do. They want you to feel just as hurt as they feel. And I'm not saying that Kmart is a female. I'm just saying that's just what females do. I hope I don't get beat up about it.
Before the producer was in Kenyon Martin's home, before the producer met Kenyon Martin's wife and Kenyon Martin's kids, that's when the crime was committed. After meeting Kenyon Martin's wife, kids, and being in his
I'm not
home,
apologizing.
producer changed his
No.
behavior.
I'm not
He owes him an
apologizing.
apology.
Whoa,
He owes him an apology.
At the end of the day, you still talked about me.
At the end of the day, you still talked about me? You mean like the white folks talk about you too? And I made this point not too long ago. You would never see somebody do this on ESPN. It's unprofessional. So show a little professionalism.
No.
We had never met. At the end of the day, you talking about a problem that I have no control over.
Yeah, the speech
Like,
impediment part
you
doesn't
see,
need a
like,
little bit,
huh?
No. Let me say why I disagree adamantly with that because
So I just want to play that part real quick. Now let's get to the part where there was Kenyon Martin has had, a moment where he wanted to address everything. He wanted to address what Gil said as far as defending Suge. So let's hear that. Like I said, I don't want to waste too much of y'all time. I want to get straight into the meat and potatoes. So shout out to SELFTALK. SELFTALK has put together a nice little presentation to show how this thing is going. So you got Kenyon Martin pretty much checking Gil and having more to say about the situation. Now, this is where Kenyon could address Suge. Kenyon is on his own platform right now. He went live. I don't know if he on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, whatever it is. But this is where he should have kept this shit at. Because at the workplace is not a good place.
I don't tell you how to handle your situation. It's the way you choose to handle it.
I don't tell you how to handle your situation. Who is he talking to? Because Gil spoke up on the situation, and the person that works for Gil, he tells Gil, I don't tell you how to handle your situation. Well, sir, you don't do it on my business. How about that?
People are speaking on it. People close to the situation, people not close to the situation.
Yeah, like, Nick Young, like, people like me, everybody that's speaking on it now. It's a viral moment because you made it go viral. You made it go viral. And the more people give their opinion about it, the more niggas get sensitive about it.
And people around the situation knew about the situation.
Is he talking about Gil? People around the situation knew about the situation. And that's why the man came and apologized to you. Because Gil knew about the situation and he said, hey, you might want to go handle that. But when he came and told you and you said, man, I ain't worried about that shit. I brushed it off. Okay, if you brushed it off, why the fuck you putting it back on?
Before it landed on my doorstep.
You say it's not Gil's show? Well, it ain't Kenyon's show. It's not Kenyon's arena. It's Gil's arena. We seen Gil present the idea to whoever he presented and got a sponsorship for it.
Really close to the situation. And speaking on it, Gil went and had his 2 cents about it, as well as everybody else. And Gil let you guys know that this situation was old. Dude on the internet doing what he did. But I don't care.
He don't care. He don't care if it was old. He don't care if it was new. Well, sir, why interrupt the show? If it okay, and then let's say Kwame is right, because Kwame in the chat, Kwame say it's not Gil's show, it's the arena. Okay, let's see that. Let's just say that. Well, why would you do that and it's not neither one of y'all's show? Niggas don't do that in front of the white man. Niggas don't do that on the white man show. So why would you do that at the workplace? He could go on his own personal phone, on his own personal YouTube, on his own personal Instagram and say, hey, there's a guy that works at the arena where we all work at because we all got a job. Well, everybody got a contract. Kwame, Gil has a contract. Suge has a contract. Kenyon has a contract. Rashad has a contract. Nick has a contract. Everybody got a contract. So can they fire Suge because he said something before he started working there? I think that'd be grounds for a lawsuit. And you're right. You can't tell them how to respond, but you can say, hey, in the workplace, you shouldn't cause a hostile situation. Can we agree to that? A person shouldn't be causing a hostile situation in the workplace. And please, nobody antagonize Kwame because he's just participating in the content. I don't mind.
Okay. So on today's
shout out to Self-Talk. This was a Self-Talk put together video.
Today's video, we got to talk about Kenyon Martin, man. Kenyon Martin came out, checked Gilbert Arenas for trying to come out and make light of the situation and defend the staff member that he had checked live on Gil's Arena. We already did a couple of videos showing that live.
Okay, you say check California law, you can fire a motherfucker because the sky blue? Okay. But I mean, a contract is a contract, right? A contract is a contract. Somebody saying something before, you know, if the man didn't do nothing at work, I don't see somebody can fire somebody for something they didn't do at work and they did before they got the job. Because that was up to the people who's going to hire him to do that background check. They could have checked everything about this man before they hired him.
On the Gills Arena show, I'm pretty sure most of you who are clicking on this video know what I'm talking about. I'll just play the clip in the background while I continue to do the rest of my commentary. So we got a couple of responses that I want to show you guys. Gilbert Arenas responded to it, and Gilbert Arenas was defending the staff member, saying that, hey, you know, this was a couple of years ago, but Kenyon Martin didn't know because it came across his.
And you got a point there. The contracts are up in a few months. They can say, hey, we're not going to renew your contract, Mr. George. And if it's because it don't have to be for a reason, they could just say, hey, we ain't going to renew your contract. That's an option they could take. They probably won't renew Kenyon's either. You know, because if you're going to be the type of person that's going to create hostile situations over your personal feelings, you become a liability. I'm pretty sure Gil can get another basketball player to pull up. No, it won't be no lawsuit that way. Let somebody contract expire and say, hey, we don't want to renew your contract. Cool. But if you're going to fire me solely because of this before my contract up, now we got a different story.
Desk a couple of weeks ago. So let's check out what Gilbert Arenas had to say. This is why Kenyon Martin came out and had to defend himself, saying he doesn't care what Gilbert is talking about. He don't care if it was 2 years ago or a couple of months ago, or whatever the case may be. So let's check out what Gilbert Arenas had to say about this situation, man. Here's that clip right here.
I didn't know what to say. You can't tell a man how to respond, right?
And I agree with Gil right there. Can't tell a man how to respond. I do not agree with that at all. You can't tell Kenyon how to respond. Now, where to respond, that's a whole different situation because we're all in a workplace. That's just like me. I work in the construction field, right? So I have a guy that in the parking lot, I don't like that, you know, I heard him say something about, hell, how I park. Well, he might say, hey, I might have came in the parking lot driving crazy, and he like, man, you're a fucking idiot and this and that. He might have said something to me, but then when we get actually inside the job and we start working, my boss doesn't want to see me and this guy arguing about some shit that happened outside of work. Or you can use another situation or something. Hey, we might have had a problem at the store or something like that. You don't bring your problems outside of work into work.
You know, that's one thing you can't do, you know, when they feel a certain way, right? You know, whatever actions you put, you know, if that person wants to respond, that person wants to respond. So, you know, there's just details in it where, you know,
Y'all allow Kwame to enjoy the content, man. Y'all ain't got to troll him right now. If he say something to you, that's fine. But we ain't trying to antagonize nobody. Everybody's welcome to the show right now to speak on the content.
video itself.
And that goes for everybody. That's just not Kwame. Y'all don't antagonize other people. You know, we're trying to keep a clean show. This is Earz to Street TV. This is not the Wabbit God. So on the Wabbit God channel, we talk shit, we do whatever. But this is Earz to the Street. This is a clean channel. So, you know, we ain't trying to fight and argue with people. If they keep it respectful in the chat.
Where the guy was saying it, he wasn't actually working with us yet with GILSARENA. He was reading comments, and so this was a few years ago. So he was reading.
Oh, this isn't recent. Yeah. This isn't recent.
It wasn't recent. It was pushed to Kenyon like it actually was recent, but it wasn't a recent thing.
Come on, Larry Wade with the BS, bro. This live, right? I'm just saying, on this channel, I don't need y'all distracting the show, please. This is not for the beef. I'll do a Earz to the Street Wabbit God later, and y'all can roast all you want to. So please don't be, you know, like that. You know I rock with you, Larry Wade. I'm just saying.
You know.
I'm just asking nicely. Nobody's gonna get thrown out. I'm not gonna ban anybody. I'm not gonna talk trash about you. I'm just asking nicely. I want to create an environment on this channel where everybody can give their opinion, even if people I don't get along with.
Wasn't on the staff, and I guess he was like defending me in a sense, and he was reading comments and going off the comments, and then he said that about Kenyon.
Okay.
And then after the fact, he met Kenyon when he came and started working for the company and stuff like that, and him and Kenyon became good. So, the people who held on to it, been, oh, we're going to do this, we're going to get it to Kenyon. And then,
And we know the people who held on to it. The people who held on to it. I mean, why for 2 years? But I guess they been did it. Kenyon just happened to notice it. How? I don't know. Even Kwame said that. I don't know why Nick Young and Gil acting like they ain't know. But they knew. But I don't think they knew that Kenyon was going to address it right now.
I guess since it came, to light, like, oh, we have the video.
That's exactly what I'm trying to say, Marcus.
And then that's when he tried to apologize to Kenyon. So but since Kenyon never seen it, he just thought, oh yeah, well, don't worry about it.
Which I don't think is the producer's fault, because if the producer came to Kenyon and said, hey, here's something that I said, can we talk about this? I apologize, because I don't know how true it is, but the producer did say, hey, I sent you the video. And, us kind of knowing how the producer is, we know he's one of those type of people that keeps all his receipts. Now, if I was him, I probably would, you wouldn't want to stir the pot, of course. You still got a job to do. But showing the receipt of when you sent the video to back up your claim, I'm kind of iffy if that'd be a good or a bad idea, because, you want to keep your job.
Now, he's seeing it.
But if you lose your job, yeah, you might want to just drop that receipt.
And, so now he thinks, oh, yeah, I had you in my house, had you in my family, my kids. So it's one of those things where it's like, well, no, and it was before. And I had to check, because, my dad, watches all that down below level content.
We all in that down below content level, that Gil is referring to. He used to be down here too. Acting like he didn't know. He acting like he didn't know what that man done said. Gil knows everything that Suge's been doing. Let's just keep it real. There might be some other shit that might get highlighted, now that this is getting highlighted and people are invested in the drama. This is supposed to be a sports show, but this is what happens when one of your co-hosts decide to bring drama instead of sports to the show. It opens up, a can of worms. Instead of keeping to the show and then going on your own personal platforms and keep your drama up or whatever you got going on, addressing whatever. I agree with Kenyon. If you say something to me in public, you should be addressed publicly. But he didn't say it on your show. If he would have said it on the show, that's one thing. But he said it on his personal platform. You can say it on your personal platform. You use another company's platform to address your emotional discomfort about your speech. Everybody has a right to say, hey, this person, I don't like the way that person speak. People do it to Skip all the time. Yeah, people do it to me all the time. Should we have a fundraiser and should I goddamn get with the National Lisp Association? I need to speak up for all the Lisp people in the world. You know what I mean? So since I talk funny, nobody can pick on me because I talk funny.
Where they down there beefing.
I sent this video to Kenyon and Swaggy P a long time ago. I added them in the video.
Kenyon Martin is the only bright spot on the whole show. Kenyon Martin can't fucking talk straight. All that nigga, call it what it is. He can't even get a goddamn sentence out when I said that's the Stutter man. So the Stutter man can roll the show.
See, when Kenyon saw this, that must have hurt his feelings, man. That had to hurt his feelings. But shit, that's what we do as content creators. We'll give our opinion about somebody. He didn't say, oh, Kenyon a B-A-N. He didn't say, oh, Kenyon, man, he too weak. He don't know nothing. He's stupid. No, he just said he stuttered. The man said he stuttered. I never even heard him stutter, though. But if he should be the star of the show, then that means he should have started his own show. Why didn't he start his own show then? Why should he be the host of somebody else's show that got their name on it? Make it make sense. So Suge is wrong for the way he said about it, just like any of us could be wrong about giving our opinion about somebody we don't know. You don't know that you're going to run into them later? Hey, that's a valuable lesson for everybody. You never know who you're going to run into later. So I guess you got to, hold your tongue on every person, that you speak on. Now, I don't want to speak on people as far as like call them a bitch ass nigga and all that when I don't know people or whatever, because I'm learning from these lessons that I learned on YouTube. You never know who you're going to run into, especially if you do this for a long time. So I can agree there. But your jokes and your criticism, some people shouldn't be so sensitive when you know that you're a public figure. Yeah, you can stand on the words that you spoke to. I agree with that. Because if I say something about somebody and I mess around and run into them later, I'm going to stand on what I say. And if I feel different about them because I done grew a little bit, I done learned a little bit more or whatever, and I apologize to that person, I say, hey, man, I said that, and there's no excuse for it. The only thing I can do is apologize, sir. If you don't want to take my apology, that's fine. We can go our way, never see each other again. But if you're going to accept my apology, I'm not a bad guy. I don't think you're a bad guy. We can move on like men. You don't got to invite me to your house and no shit like that. But, if you don't trust me, fine. But, I ain't going to accept your apology. Or if you accept my apology, you shouldn't be bringing it back and throwing it back in my face 2 years from now.
You call Kenyon Martin the Stutter man.
Okay, so that's what Gilbert Arenas said.
The Stutter man? He called him the Stutter man. What's wrong with this dude?
Man, closely listen to what Gilbert is saying. He is kind of like calling Kenyon Martin out in a way, just saying like it was a time and a place. And Gilbert really feels that it was bad timing to do that on a show live in the studio. But he's not saying like, Kenyon is wrong for how he feels.
It's like everybody trying to be a little bit politically correct. And that's kind of what Gil was doing. He was saying, on one hand, yeah, man, you want to address somebody in public the same way they did. And I agree with that. But if Suge said it on his personal platform, you could have said it on your personal platform. We came here to talk sports. I stopped talking shit about Kwame because it was not professional to sit here and go back and forth in the beef on our sports channel because we're trying to compete with the white boys. So let's keep the low form content to a minimum. And if you are going to do something like that, give us a heads up. Because you don't know how that man is going to react. That producer could have came up there and, not taken that as lightly as he did. And what if he would have just, panicked and said, well, damn, this dude talking to me aggressive. Whop, like Nick said. Went upside Kenyon's head. Everybody's assuming that Kenyon was going to beat the hell out of him, but I don't know. He might have could have got a lick off, ran, and security could have helped him. He could have been back to wherever he from. But the thing about it, who would have got sued? Who would have got sued for correcting a hostile environment? You're putting this man's whole business at jeopardy because of your emotions.
That's why he's saying, you can't tell a man how to respond and stuff like that. But if you listen closely, Gilbert is trying to defend the situation, saying, hey, it was a couple of years ago. Kenyon Martin didn't let anybody know that he was going to do this. This is why everybody was shocked. I even said that in the first video I did covering this. I'm like, you can tell Kmart didn't let anybody know he was going to do this. And that's why everybody reacted the way.
And that's some bullshit. If he didn't let nobody see, when I first seen this, if y'all was here when I first reacted to it, I was like, man, this got to be a play. This got to be a play. Why would Gil sit right here and let this man do that? Why nobody said nothing? Because Gil knew, Nick Young knew. I don't know if Rashad and Brandon Jennings, I'm sorry. I don't know if they knew. But like Kwame said, he sent everybody the video. If you didn't watch the video when the man sent it, that's on you. When a man come and apologize to you, you would think the first thing a man would say, what you apologizing for? Oh, I don't care about that, man. I'm brushing it off. Now you care about it when we're in front of millions of people.
Way that they did. So Kenyon Martin came out, responded back to Gilbert Arenas. This is what Kenyon Martin had to say, man. Let's check out this clip right here. And if you can, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. That really does help.
Man, shout out to Self Talk, man. Y'all make sure y'all go sub at the Self Talk for all the good breakdowns. And, it ain't just YouTube that not YouTube. It's not just this sports talk that he talks about. He breaks down all kind of random news and stuff. So shout out to Self Talk. I just dropped the link in the chat.
Help support my YouTube channel, and I really do appreciate that. Thank you.
So here's where I think, I know my opinion don't mean shit. I didn't play NBA ball, I'm not nobody special or whatever. But here's where I think Kenyon should have addressed the situation from the beginning. On your own shit, out of your car, everybody would have seen it. You're Kenyon Martin. More people would have seen this than seen that video. You made the video of what the man said about you viral. But this is where you should have addressed it.
What up, man? So, there's been a lot of conversations about what I did the other day on Tuesday on GILSARENA. Addressing what I deemed as disrespect.
What you deemed as disrespect. And a lot of people could have seen it as disrespect. If he did it after I known him, I would have considered that disrespect. Doing it before you know me is not disrespect, bro. It's people doing what they do, especially content creators.
A lot of people got a lot of things to say. It's been a lot of positive feedback from people with speech impediments, people that don't have speech impediments.
Well, I got a speech impediment, and I'm not sensitive to the shit. Nigga, NBA player talk about my speech all the damn time. Damn, maybe I should start speaking up for the people who talk funny, the country niggas. Is there an organization I can click up with? Might give me some type of sponsorship for speaking of people with speech impediments like Earz.
People from the National Association for Stuttering.
Why nobody else ain't never goddamn spoke up for the National Association for Stuttering? We ain't never heard this nigga speak of the National Association for Stuttering on Gil's channel. When they about to end the show, like, hold on, y'all. Before we end the show, I want to shout out a special organization, the National Organization for Stuttering. Get the fuck out of here, man. This guy, man. The victim fucking card, man.
Shout out to Heather for reaching out. A lot of people, different feedback, good, bad, or indifferent. But people have the audacity to try to tell me how I can handle situations.
You mean your employers? Your employer can't tell you how to handle a situation? Because when you was in the NBA, I'm pretty sure David Stern told your ass how you can handle situation. And if you didn't handle them that way, your ass would goddamn have to pay the consequences. But see, when you working with a black man, niggas want special privileges. Y'all see how that works? Now, say Underdog say, hey, we don't want that Kenyon guy out there no more. You know, it's not that we're taking sides, but we can't have him creating hostile work environments. Now he'll be mad about that too. Oh man, y'all firing a black man. Y'all doing me like that because I spoke up for myself and all that. Then there's a whole nother victim mentality. No, you don't do that shit in the NBA. You wouldn't do that shit if you was working with ESPN or any of the big networks where you got them J people that, you know, tell you, hey, we don't want all y'all nigger shit in here. Just do the damn show. Every time a black man gets something, you got other black men that don't give a fuck about the, you know, about the bigger picture. They only care about their emotions.
That I'm in or that I've been put in, right? I don't tell you how to handle your situation.
But you notice how you don't have to tell Gil how to handle his situation? And he probably talking about the situation with Kwame. Kwame is an NBA player. So if y'all going to talk about an NBA player that you didn't like Rashad did, you know what I'm saying? If y'all want to keep it to the NBA players, that's one thing. But you're going back and forth with the producer, with the staff, with the help. I'll tell you how to handle your situation where you ain't the motherfucking boss. You ain't the nigga that went out and got all the shit. You ain't no nigga that put the shit together. You ain't the nigga that lose everything. You ever thought about that? Niggas don't never think about, you know what I'm saying, how they dragging the whole fucking shit down.
It's the way you choose to handle it. People are speaking on it. People close to the situation, people not close to the situation.
And that's why it's called content. They supposed to speak on it because you brought it up. This would not be an issue if you wouldn't have brought it up on camera. You could have brought it up right here in your car on your channel, just like the producer did. He did it on his channel. The same way you could have did it.
And people around the situation knew about the situation before it landed on my doorstep.
And that's your fault because the people who knew about it, just like Gil said, I told Suge, hey, you got to go talk to Kenyon about that. Hey, you said what you said. You about to be working with him. So that's what the man tried to do, according to you and him. If you don't accept that, we can't sit here and be like, oh, you know what, man, you know what, he should have tried harder, which is what he about to say, which is ridiculous to me.
Really close to the situation. And
which he's speaking about Gil. I mean, who else would he be talking about? Gil and Nick, they knew about it. And he feeling like they should have came and told him more in detail about what the man already was trying to tell him. If a man tell you he trying to apologize, find out what the fuck he's trying to apologize for. Are you going to take any accountability for brushing it off, as you say?
Speaking on it, Gil went and had his 2 cents about it, as well as everybody else.
Yeah, because he got a lot of money invested in it. He got his 2 cents invested in it.
And Gil let you guys know that this situation was old.
And he said Gil let you guys know. I guess that's insinuating that, hell, he didn't tell me. Well, the man came and told you. And he probably assumed that y'all got it out the way. It's not nobody's fault that you brushed it off, like you said.
Dude on the internet doing what he did. But I don't care.
He don't care. He does not care when it was. Wow. That's how you feel, huh?
It was old or not, right? It doesn't matter. The simple fact is it was done. Before he knew me, after he knew me. Before he came in my house, after he came in my house.
Now that don't even make no damn sense. That don't even make no sense. It don't matter if it was before he came in your house, after he came out. Why you brought him in your house then? What was he supposed to do, Kenyon, to make you know a little bit more? To make you know, hey, don't invite me to your house.
It does not matter at all. And that's what y'all fail to realize. Right? It ain't, don't, listen, man, no. Disrespect. You teasing me for that, whether you knew me or not, I don't care. People trying to justify his actions. No, there's nothing to justify here at all. But you all are.
Man, I should have played the cry music for this shit. It don't make no sense, man. I don't care. If you knew me or you didn't know me, you picked on me. That's all that matter. Get out of here, man. Y'all, I'm gonna get beat up one of these days because, you know, you can't react to people. People are so damn sensitive.
Entitled to your opinion, but you're not in this situation to tell me what I should or I should not do, or how I should or should not handle this situation. And another grown man, right, that has something ill to say about me.
He has something ill to say about you. Bruh. Come on now. Be serious. He called you Stutter Man, but you don't stutter no more. Do you really feel like you should be the lead of the show? I don't think so, sir. And just to be 100% honest, I don't even see him as entertaining. Every now and then he give a decent take. But not really.
He did this allegedly before he moved to California.
What the hell you got to say allegedly for? Everybody telling you that. Go look at the date of the video. You can look at the video and see he's not in California.
All right, cool. So you didn't come in my house before you moved to California. So this was already a thing.
So what the hell did that even supposed to mean? You didn't come to my house before you came to California? Huh?
What?
See, this shit that made this man that lost his whole damn mind. This is some very victim ass shit. Like, come on, bro. You ain't come to my house before you came to California, so, you know, that made sense because I said it. That shit don't even make no sense.
Right? You say you tried to apologize for it, and I didn't know of the situation, so blew it off, right?
Yeah, that's what you said. He's making it like that's what Suge said. You said you apologized for it, and you said I blew it off, right? No, that's what you said, nigga. You blew it off. He didn't blow it off. He wanted to make sure he brought it to you, brought you the video. He said he sent you the video. Now, if Suge was to go and drop the receipt of him sharing the video to Kenyon, showing the date when he showed him the video, that would make you look real stupid right now. You'll probably get a little madder. I think you would get a little bit madder if Suge showed the receipt. Because the truth hurts. And you would have to take accountability. You would have to say, so what? I ain't look at the video that he sent me in 4K. So what? I don't care. I'm gonna poke my lip out. I don't give a damn. You shouldn't have said it. I don't want to be Stutter Man. Stutter Man. Why you gonna call me Stutter Man? It took me a long time to get over that stutter. This shit here is ridiculous, man.
And if it was that important to you to get your message across, you've seen me damn near every day.
So if it was that important to get your message across, you seen me every day. Sure, you know what the fuck you were supposed to do? For 2 years, every day you saw this man, you were supposed to apologize. Hey, Mr. Martin, I just want to say good morning to you, and I apologize again. I'm sorry. Hey, Kenyon, it's Thanksgiving time. I appreciate you for inviting me over for the 2nd year in a row, and I just want to let you know before I walk in your house, I apologize again. I'm sorry. Hey, man, you know, is it time? Hey, before I clock in, where Kenyon at? Hey, Kenyon. Hey, I apologize, my dog. Just let you know, I apologize. I apologize. I'm sorry. Man, you sound crazy.
For the last, 2 years? 4 days a week, 3 days a week, 2 days a week, whatever.
Yeah, nigga, you were supposed to apologize 7 days a week. Man, listen to what this fool, man, see, this is why you shouldn't have been the host of the show. You're not good on the fly, sir. You see how freely Gil talked when he did the explanation of what happened? Now you give this guy a camera and look what he do. He tell you supposed to apologize every day for 2 years. Let me play this shit back. Can't even believe this man just said this shit, man. Kenyon gonna whoop my ass when he catch me, y'all. Kenyon, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know you don't forgive me, but I'm sorry. I tell you I'm sorry every day for the rest of my life.
All right, cool. So you didn't come in my house before you moved to California. So this was already a thing. Right? You say you tried to apologize for it, and I didn't know of the situation, so blew it off, right? And if it was that important to you to get your message across, you've seen me damn near every day for the last, 2 years? 4 days a week, 3 days a week, 2 days a week, whatever it's been. You had ample opportunity. Like, hey, bro, hey, man, you remember the situation? Hey, I just want to, man, just make sure that you know that I'm sincerely sorry about this.
What? You had ample opportunity. And if it was that much serious to you, man, see, when you apologized the first time and I said, man, I don't care about that. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't care, man. That shit behind us. I just want to let you know tomorrow, man, I'm sorry too. Next week, I'm going to be sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If you was that stern on making sure I knew you were sorry, you should have told me sorry more than once. You should have told me sorry Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. That shit there, boy.
But that's not the case. So, when it was brought to my attention, I addressed it.
Well, that would have been 2 years ago, sir. When it was brought to your attention, that was 2 years ago, sir. Nobody can't help that you decide not to watch the video that got sent to you by admission of Kwame Brown. Kwame Brown, didn't you say you sent this to him 2 years ago? Didn't the same people that sent him this 2 weeks ago, did you not send him this 2 years ago? I'm just asking. You saying I'm slow in the chat and all that. Do anybody in the chat think that I'm slow for what I'm saying? Besides Kwame Brown and, you know, his minions. Does anybody have an issue with what I'm saying? This man is saying, you should have persisted. You should have kept apologizing to me until I got it. until I realized that what you were saying was you was disrespecting. You could have kept apologizing to me. You should have made sure I knew what it was that you was apologizing for, even though I told you I didn't give a damn. I need you to aggravate me every day. Hey, man, I just want to make sure you know. I just want to make sure you know that I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Can I bring you donuts every morning to show you that I'm sorry? Nah, man, you invite me to your dinner. Nah, bro, I'm not going to come because I'm that sorry.
Cool, calm, and collected, right? Didn't raise my voice. And so I let one cuss word slip at the beginning, which was, didn't mean to, because I wanted to hit a certain way. You said what you said publicly. You want to apologize privately.
No, you could have arranged where the man could have apologized publicly. He could have said, hey, I just met you. So let me see what he wanted. You wanted Suge the one day while y'all was in there talking about sports or whatever, and to come out, hey, I want to stop the show real quick. Hey, Josiah, can I get a moment? I know I'm just the help, right? But I know nobody don't know me, right? We never been on camera before, Kenyon. But I just want to tell all y'all out there in TV land, and I want to tell everybody on the stage, Mr. Martin, I am sorry because I made a video some years ago, and I wanted to tell you publicly that I'm sorry because I, on my own platform that none of y'all have probably ever seen besides Gil, I just want to get up here publicly and tell you I'm sorry and give you a chance to, tell me you don't fuck with me no more. Shit is ridiculous, man.
It doesn't work. Not for me, it don't. Other people, it don't. I'm not going to do that, man. Like, no. Bro, y'all can handle people and situations as y'all seem fit. Right? And I will continue to do the same.
Yeah, and I think that makes you a liability. If I was, let's say whoever the boss is, because, if you let Kwame Brown tell it, Gil's not the boss of it, even though he's 50-50 with the people. 50-50 is way better than 100% of a lot of people's shit right now. 50-50 right now with that the arena, that's still millions of dollars in your pocket. Right? So whoever is the other 50 of Gil's 50, they can bring their 50 and 50 together and say, hey, we need to make a decision. Which one right now is probably more beneficial to the show? The only time Kenyon has went viral is him pulling up the producer to try to check him and embarrass him in front of the world. The producer has been doing a great job, I'm assuming. I don't know. Kenyon, you've been doing a mediocre job. I mean, I ain't saying that you ain't doing shit, but, I mean, nobody's coming to the show like, man, I can't wait to hear what Kenyon got to say about this. Rashad is more entertaining because, of the extra shit that he does. Nick is, pretty entertaining. It wouldn't be a show without Gil because none of y'all niggas would have came together without Gil. And Gil could do the shit by himself. Hell, Gil is pretty polished now. He really don't even need none of y'all niggas at this point. He making sure everybody get a check. And y'all niggas going hell and beyond to try to fuck that check up. It look like. In my opinion.
That's just what it is, man. Like, I don't care when he said it. I don't accept his apology. Because I am a grown man and I have that ability to do so. It's just what it is, man. So, appreciate all the attention for those platforms that picked it up and didn't take it down. I appreciate y'all for sharing it, for getting the message out there.
And I think he's trying to throw a little jab because immediately when that show was done, I found out later. I didn't know when it happened. But if you wasn't watching that live stream when they did it, they immediately clipped that part out because it wasn't supposed to be a part of the show. But then it ended up leaving the studio, and then everybody else got to make the money off of it. Is that my phone ringing? Everybody else got to make the money off of it. Because it wasn't supposed to be in the show. And this man won't even take accountability and say, you know what, I did distract what the show's supposed to be about. Yeah, I want to, address him publicly. But yeah, you could have did it on your own show, bro. Nobody's saying that you shouldn't have straightened Suge about that shit. I totally agree with you. Check the nigga about it. But do it on your platform. Don't do it at the workplace. We came to hear y'all sports opinion, not you try to check a producer about some shit he did on his personal page. Because it hurt your feelings.
Because there was a bigger message than me checking dude on air.
No, it wasn't. You trying to make it a bigger message. No, it wasn't. Now he want to make it about the National Stutter Association because that's better be where that's where he looking to go to next. Yeah, man. Gil, if y'all want to get rid of me, the National Stutter Association, they gonna let me do some commercial for them. Come on, a commercial. Do you stutter? I used to stutter bad, and now I don't stutter no more. Hi, I'm Kenyon Martin, the forward for the New Jersey Nets. While I was dunking on people in the league, I couldn't do an interview after the show because I was stutter man. But after a whole bunch of money that I made and I got a whole bunch of speech therapy, now I don't have to stutter. But I know there's some people out there like you that still stutter. I just want y'all to know we don't support people who bully people who stutter. Now, we'll bully other people. If you wear glasses, we'll bully you. If you're short, we'll bully you. If you're fat, we'll bully you. If you got a list, we'll bully you. But do not bully anybody that stutter. Yeah, he gonna whoop his ass. Oh, man, these are all jokes, Kenyon, man. Get out your motherfucking feelings, bruh. I don't like people that pick on the people who goddamn talk funny like me, the country talking niggas. There's an NBA nigga that pick on my speech every day. I don't reach out to the national goddamn country nigga talking goddamn association. All in my feelings. That's crazy, man.
Way bigger message than that. It's about respect. It's about standing for something, not falling for anything. It's about drawing a line in the sand, man, and not deviating from it.
It's about drawing a line in the sand and not deviating from it. Wow. You drew a line in the sand when you was a kid. And when you a kid, you do kid shit. When you're an adult, you learn to let shit roll off your back. Pause. Come on, bro. You talking about something somebody said, like, are you standing up for people who stutter and people not the bully 6'9" niggas that stutter? 6'9" millionaires that stutter. You shouldn't bully no 6'9" nigga that stutter. You don't know how much you hurting his feelings.
Like a lot of you got people on this planet wishy-washy, switch who you are and change. Like, no, I'm not doing that because people don't deserve that.
Nobody's wishy-washy. Nobody not changing. Hell, Suge is the same nigga he was. I mean, he still would crack some jokes. Oh, man, I can't stand a nigga who wishy-washy. And how the man being wishy-washy because the man met you and he realized that, hey, man, you're a cool dude. And probably forgot what he said until he realized that some niggas was trying to, put that shit back in motion. Him like, oh, you know what? Damn, I was being an asshole. I was probably high talking some shit. Yeah, man. I mean, I don't got no personal problem with the man because I was making fun of people that stutter. I didn't know there was a National Stutter Association that you was a part of. Are you the president of the National Association of Stutter?
As they
Now nobody can't pick on stuttering people now because Kenyon Martin. Man.
have proven.
I don't want nobody picking on me with my lisp. How about that? Somebody look up the National Lisp Association for me and Damn D. Say Kwame gonna send this to Kenyon, man. Damn, don't send Kwame, man. Don't send this to Kenyon. I'm just playing.
Or we wouldn't be here talking about this. Right? So people don't deserve that.
No, we wouldn't be talking about this shit if you wasn't in your damn feelings, bro. Let's keep it 100, man. Man, I got a couple of homeboys that grew up stuttering, and we used to get them hell. I got a homeboy that stutter so bad, but that boy keeps some bad bitches, though. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, come on, bro.
And time again, people continually to try to how I should handle it.
Boy, he was about to stutter, y'all. He trying his best not to stutter, man. I'm gonna need you to stutter to believe that you had this problem, bro. I think you faking right now for a check. I'm gonna need you to stutter a couple of times, bro. Just to let us know that you really about that stutter life.
I'm going to handle it the way I want to handle it, right? I didn't get physical, didn't raise my voice, none of the above. But I stand for no disrespect. That was disrespectful, him speaking of my speech impediment, whether he knew me or not.
That was disrespectful of the man speaking on his speech impediment, whether he know him or not. Yeah, I guess, man. I guess. That was just disrespectful, man. Now, I've heard you speak on people, whether you know them or not, and it's disrespectful. Do you have a right to disrespect people? Because I watched a guy video the other day, and I wish I would have already had it queued up, and I'm not going to slow up the show by going to find it. But a guy had clipped up all the times where Kenyon Martin made fun of people with certain disabilities. He definitely made fun. One that I particularly remember, he made fun of people with glasses. Drop the link for your short in the chat, and I'll play it.
Disrespectful. So anybody that feels they need to do that, you will get addressed, man. Any other disrespect deemed with my name attached to it will get addressed. You lying on my name will get addressed.
Nobody lied on your name. You see how he done added some shit to it? Who lied on your name, Kenyon? Who lied on you now? Now he adding shit. First it was a 2-year-old fucking video that you're talking about. Now somebody lied on your name. Y'all need to stop, bro. Is this a #1 draft pick thing with these niggas with these egos? Cause I'm seeing that like the niggas that was in drafted second round and niggas that was drafted like #3 and shit. These niggas ain't coming on here with all this sensitive shit. Yeah, he pulling a Kwame Brown, bro. Just saying, bro. And I wouldn't even say that right now, but Kwame just called me slow in the chat, so I got the right to pick on him. Y'all got the right to pick on Kwame now in the chat. I thought he was gonna come in here and be, not a coochie, but then he turned into a coochie. So I'm sorry to the people I told y'all to not antagonize him. I thought he was gonna be man enough to stay in the chat and enjoy the content. But y'all see how I be trying? Y'all see how I be trying?
That's just what it is, man. So
And should I go to the National Intellectual Disability Association and report that there's an NBA player that's harassing me, picking on me because I have an intellectual disability? Look, man, you shouldn't be making fun of people that does not have a high IQ, Kwame Brown. I think you hurt my feelings. I already have a speech impediment, and now you're picking on my intellectual disability. I can't help that I'm slow. I was in those portables. Even though we was in the same classes in high school.
Yeah. Appreciate all the platforms that picked it up, like I said, once again, and didn't take it down. A lot of comments, a lot of views, it went viral.
And it didn't benefit the company. He went viral. He went viral for the wrong reason. And he's acting like that's some bragging shit. Nigga, do you understand how the viral thing's supposed to go? The company's supposed to go viral, not just some other nigga. Y'all let SELFTALK go viral. That's what Gil was mentioning, like, bruh, why you had to do that on the platform? And then he kind of checked one of the producers, like, why would y'all clip that out? That's a real emotional moment. Y'all let another motherfucker get 800,000 views. Y'all took money out of the company pocket. If you're going to do some emotional shit, at least let us get the money off of it. Y'all clipped it out, get it to somebody else. Now, if anything, I hope Suge wasn't the one that did that now. That might get Suge ass fired before what he actually, said 2 years ago. Because in this situation, Suge did not do anything wrong. Not in this situation. But if he was the one that clipped that part out and it end up, somebody else end up being the one that can drop it and make the money off of it, now that might be more of a problem than what actually happened on the show. In my opinion.
Yeah, so shout out to those, man, that got the likes. Shout out to those that got the comments on it. But as there's a much bigger
I'm sorry, y'all, but they clipped out that part. So if they did that without, permission, if somebody did that because they wanted to try to save face for Kenyon Martin or save face for Suge, and they clipped that out and let one of the partners, not the partners, but let a competitor get that money, if I was underdog, I would be pissed off. I'd be like, man, nigga, you did this bullshit and we ain't even get paid off of it. So there's a lot that was this is probably one of their most viral moments outside of, I don't know. I can't think of another moment that, hell, got this much traction. This got all of the other sports shows talking because they slick kind of dissing. They like, man, look at Gil them over there, man. Them niggas ain't talking sports, man. They over there with the drama. So, yeah, let us get some money off of them because they ain't even getting money off of their own content. They just got some emotional dudes on there that, that when they get emotional on the fly, then they want to clip it out and then let somebody else get the money. Hell, we might as well get some money off them too. And guess who didn't get no money off of this situation?
bigger picture, much bigger issue and situation than me checking him on air, right? Y'all enjoy y'all Thursday, man. I will do the same.
Seemed like you stressing about this situation. I could be wrong. Because you could have just let the shit die down. But guess what? You gave everybody else some more goddamn content. creating hostile environments in the workplace. I'm pretty sure everybody ain't gonna come to work and, you know, be all happy, joy no more.
Okay, so that's what Kenyon Martin said, man. Checking.
But I need y'all to tell me what y'all think, man. Let me see if there's any more in this video. Now, that's the end of that video. But I want to look at a little bit of the chat. You know, Self Talk has a pretty big audience and everything. So, you know, people are going to give their opinion. Let me see. Does he have a chat? I did see a chat earlier. Let's see. I mean, not a chat, but okay. So let's read some of the comments, y'all, before we get out of here. Let's just see what, you know, the normal everyday people, because Self Talk didn't put any sauce on it. He didn't, you know, give any opinions. He didn't sway any opinions. He just played the evidence, right? So let's see what the normal everyday people are thinking about this situation, shall we? So let's see. On another note, all jokes aside, if Kenyon got a speech impediment and still does, I think he speaks pretty damn well considering. Kudos. Cool. He bully Swaggy P, then cry off an honest take. Soft as fuck when it's his turn. That got 150 likes. Yeah, I'm going to like that motherfucker too. At 8:35, if he came to you once sincerely, why would he continuously chase you down apologizing and you already brushed it off? That's a common sense question. That's common sense. That's what most people think. All I can hear is Bernie Mac saying, he teased me. Oh, shit. I'm going to like that comment. People are not justifying his actions, but the fact that he tried to apologize about it before when he just got to know you and you brushed it off. See, a lot of people have critical thinking. They heard what you said, sir. You brushed it off and accepted the apology. What the man's supposed to do? Every day run you down to apologize again? Let me finish reading the sentence. Now that you found out about it more, years after, when he clearly doesn't feel that way about you since you guys are already close, makes a huge difference. That said, Kmart did what he did, and if doesn't want to forgive him, then that's up to him. Damn Kenyon, a little sensitive. Well, this is another message, y'all. Damn Kenyon, a little sensitive. But you can't tell people how to feel in certain situations. Everybody is different. All Suge can do is say he tried and move on. Hey, that's a good. I agree. Nigga ain't got to kiss your ass and apologize every fucking day. These niggas are crazy. Everybody ain't gonna take that fake bully shit. Gonna take that energy to the wrong person. Hey, that could have happened. Ain't nobody begging you to hear an apology. The respect was him coming to you and apologize. It's a lot of people you might not like until you actually meet them. I agree with that. Another message. Kenyon already took drastic measures to get his revenge. He said what he wanted to say already. Like, bruh, let the shit go. Acting like a grown-ass baby now. Like, bruh, you handled the situation the way you saw fit. Let the shit die, bruh. The Black Ambassador says, once you hear the full story, it's obvious Kmart is the real foul one. The incident happened way before he even knew him. That alone kills his whole narrative. Kmart is the type to do one good deed, keep the receipts forever, and throw it back in your face the moment things go left. Nothing genuine about that. Another person said, Kmart trying to make it uncomfortable at work. Another person said, Kenyon is a sensitive bully. Damn, how you gonna be a sensitive bully? God damn, that sounds like Kwame Brown too. These sensitive bullies. That's a good one, y'all. We need to keep that in mind. These sensitive bullies. So what do we got? I was dead in the middle, but now I feel like Kenyon is just wrong. That man didn't owe you anything before he ever met you. Yet he still attempted to apologize and own up to once he met you. Kenyon framed it like he did all those things for him and he betrayed him, which is incorrect. And I agree with that because he did frame it that way. If this is about simply standing up for people with conditions that they can't control, then Kmart is still kind of hypocritical. Rashad talked about Charlie V's condition, which is completely unwarranted. CV kept it basketball up to that point. Kenyon was legit laughing his ass off. Oh, man, that is a solid point, y'all. That is a solid point. Rashad did make fun of Charlie Villanueva. I think I said his last name right. He made fun of the man's alopecia. I think that's what it's called. And Kenyon laughed about it. He didn't say, hey, man, you know what? That's a little too far. Like that selective, oh, I'm the victim shit, man. Get the fuck out of here. If you're really about protecting people that are dealing with things they can't control, he would have checked mechanics, but he didn't have a problem with that, even seemed to enjoy it. This seems to be about Kenyon's feelings being hurt. Nothing else. Man, I gotta like that shit. I'm gonna read like 3 more. All of these people you have been bullying, now you want to play victim. This whole thing says a lot about Kenyon. He made a tough guy remark when Wembley cried after a game. He doesn't say anything when Gil trolls Swaggy P about being in special education classes. Kenyon should relax. Dude, apologize. Let it go. Holding on to it to making you age quicker than you already are, bro. I feel sorry for Kenyon. Next message. Kenyon is on videos mocking handicapped people. Some were kids. So what the fuck? Let me read that again. Kenyon is on video mocking handicapped people. Some were kids. So what the fuck? People need to learn where to use commas at, so it won't be these run-on sentences. All right. They just doing all this stuff to take away from Rashad McCant's situation, and that's a fact. Another message. Bruh, I said my bad, I was wrong. I'm not about to beg you to forgive me, right? And last one, Kenyon, you gave it this attention. You did the video, was out 3 years. No one cared about you. And it goes on and on and on and on. All these messages, y'all, I can read on, and I can guarantee you probably 99% of is the people in real life telling you, bro, that's lame, bro. It's one person saying he should just fire Kenyon, not Suge. Man, like a lot of people, I don't think that there's any message in here where a person say, hey, Kenyon is right. Now that everybody know the details. And that pressure is going to squeeze in on because this man have an ego the size of Mount Rushmore. And nobody can't tell him he wrong. Even Ancho say, man, I think you owe that producer an apology. The more people tell him he wrong, the more he gonna goddamn let his ego. But his ego is gonna bother the hell out because he's tired of looking at his phone. He's tired of people telling him he's wrong, and he's gonna just keep getting emotional about it. Hell, he might quit the show or want to fight on the show. And I think he's gonna make a hostile environment, a hostile work environment, and somebody's gonna have to go. He probably won't even want to sign back. He probably should do Underdog and Gil and all them a favor and just say, hey, man, I'm out. I ain't got time for this shit. I don't like people picking on my stutter. I can't work with that dude no more. So if you're going to make them choose between you and that dude and you're going to have that type of attitude where it got to be your way or the highway, if I was Gil and I'm not Gil, but I'll just be like, all right, bro, it's cool. I still got love for you. You know what I'm saying? We're going to keep the editor, man. I don't want to have to bring in a new editor and all that shit. The man apologized. The man didn't go all crazy when you confronted him. He allowed you to embarrass him. He was willing to go on about his business. He could have went on his platform, tried to maximize off of it. He could have went and talked all type of shit, but he didn't. He's trying to let it go. We're trying to get back to sports. Everybody's running circles around us because we're just keeping this bullshit in motion because you got too much of an ego. Fine, bro. Let's go find somebody else that's an ex-NBA player that want to make some extra money. And they're not going to be sensitive about what people done said about them in the past. Suge, don't say nothing about no more fucking players. Because you never know who the fuck we going to bring in. Because like I say, Gil has brought a winning strategy to underdog. But we so sick of seeing black people not be able to be professional in the workplace. Like you said, Ancho gave a great example of Skip Bayless. Somebody he worked with had talked plenty of shit about him. And he learned to work with that guy. Oh, you said your take about me. You didn't, he probably said, man, Skip ain't never played no damn basketball. And he always talking about basketball, knowing damn well his skinny ass ain't played no basketball or football. So he need to shut the fuck up about the sport. Or Skip just super skinny or whatever, skinny with a big head. And Skip could have been sensitive about being skinny with a big head his whole life. And he said, hey, man, Skip, I apologize, man. I said some shit before, we started working together. I got to know you and all that stuff. I respect your professionalism. I respect how you move and everything. I just want to do a great job at work. You know what I'm saying? Blah, blah, blah. Cool. Y'all can get cool. Get over that shit. Nobody even heard it. And the people that did hear it, they forgot about it. The only person that it was important to was Kwame, and that's to see that y'all got tension in y'all workplace because he's jealous of what y'all got. He got a stage full of dudes that harass women and sex offenders, and you got NBA players that are sitting up there, and y'all are one of the top 10 sports shows in the area, and he would love to see y'all fall from grace. Fall back down here to the, what Gil called it? The messy sector. That's what he want Gil to fall back down. Come back down here with us. And it's crazy that, you don't have to like Suge or whatever, but I'm just saying, keep it to the situation. Whatever Suge did to other people and all that shit, that ain't important right now. You can let those people have that importance or whatever. Hey, they can celebrate, hey, this dude did this to me, so I like that he got checked or whatever. Cool. Y'all all got the right to do that. But we're talking about the situation at hand. It is a workplace. We watch GILSARENA because we want to hear about sports. We don't want to, only people that over here in this down below sector, as Gil called it, only them want to see that old fucking bullshit ass you confronting a producer shit. The sports world don't want to see it, and it's embarrassing to the black community. In my opinion. It just shows that we can't do anything without the damn drama. But anyway, man, shout out to the National Stutter Association. Shout out to the National Lisp Association. Shout out to the National Intellectual Disability Association. All of the associations that I'm a part of, because I stutter, I got a lisp, and, I got a mental disability according to Kwame Brown. So y'all know if you're an NBA player, you can pick on any regular person you want to. But if you're a hard-working person, if you're a content creator, you better be careful what you say about these godly like NBA, NFL, or these guys that, they made it out the hood and they want to make sure they keep the foot on the neck of any other black man that come out of the hood and try to get their shit together. I don't respect that shit because that's how I look at what y'all niggas are doing. Fucking all this gatekeeping and shit. Trying to prove you're a man, but you trying to gatekeep, in my opinion. We shouldn't have to get beat up because we have a goddamn opinion by some goddamn giant. And y'all wonder why these YNs ain't even talking no more. Everybody want to be a bully. But anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed the content. I'm gonna keep it short, keep it 2 hours. That way it's good for the watch back. I was trying not to, do any miscellaneous time wasting and anything. But my attorney is calling, so I need to end this live right now. So y'all have a good day. Tell me what you think in the comments. Hit the like button, and I'll hit y'all right back.